Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you are keeping well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am Muhammad Musharraf Hussain. Today I am going to conduct a very important class of class 8. So that is unit 7. So everybody open your book, unit 7, page number 78. So see the slide please, class 8, unit 7, different people, different occupation. So today we are going to learn lesson 1, pulse, pulse, pulse. Have you seen? And here our learning outcomes are, just see, by the end of this lesson we will be able to use new vocabulary, read and understand text, ask and answer questions, write short paragraphs. Okay? So now go to the next slide. What is it? Just look here. There is 3 pictures. Have you seen? First one, just see. First one, there is a resistor and there is a pulse into resistors. Then there is a necklace of pulse, and in third picture there are pulse of different color and different shapes. Okay. Now when we will go through this lesson, we will find out this kind of words, these words, which are keywords, or you can say the new words. So first one, see, ancient, it's an adjective and it's mean very old. The number 2, dissolved, it's a verb, it's mean melted. Number 3, status, it's a noun, the condition of a person. Then unparalleled, it's an adjective. Have you seen? Then association, it's a noun, an organization of persons. Then delicate, it's an adjective. It's mean made by keen sensitivity or soft. That's mean which is very soft. Then mythology, it's a noun, a popular belief that has grown up around something or someone. In Bangla, we can say that is Pauranik Kahini. If you want an example, that is Mahabharat. Okay, so we are going the next. Read the text and answer the question that follow. So at first, we have to go through this page or this section. So I am going to go through, just you listen very carefully. Thousands of years ago, the first pearl was probably discovered while human beings were searching for food at the seashore. Throughout history, the pearl with its shine has been one of the most highly valued gems. Pearls have been mentioned many times in religious texts and mythologies from the earliest times. The ancient Egyptians valued pearls so much that they were buried with them. It is said that the famous queen of Egypt, Cleopatra, would dissolve a pearl in a glass and drink it as a sign of love and respect for the entire nation. The Greeks thought of pearls as a sign of wealth and social position. The beauty of pearls was associated with love and marriage. In ancient Rome, pearls were considered the greatest sign of wealth and social status. At that time, the young women of noble families loved to wear beautiful pearl necklaces. The brave knights used to wear them in the battles for good luck. Dear student, already we have learned some new words. I think you could understand. So now we are going the next session. Just see here, the text is, the section B is read the text and answer the question that follow. That's mean you have to go through this text very nicely or attentively. Then you have to answer the questions which are given below. Just see here the 3 questions. So you have to answer these questions from the text. So you have to go through this text very nicely and attentively. Then you have to understand. As you are not in front of me, so I am going to go through this. So you have to listen very carefully. See, thousands of years ago, the first pearl was probably discovered while human beings were searching for food at the seashore. Throughout history, the pearls with its shine has been one of the most highly valuable gems. Pearls have been mentioned many times in religious texts and mythologies from the earliest times. The ancient Egyptians valued pearls so much that they were buried with them. It is said that the famous queen of Egypt, Cleopatra, would dissolve a pearl in a glass and drink it as a sign of love and respect for the entire nation. The Greeks thought of pearls as a sign of wealth and social position. The beauty of pearls was associated with love and marriage. Dear student, you have to just keep everything in your mind, because you have to answer all these things from this question, from this text. In ancient Rome, pearls were considered the greatest sign of wealth and social status. At that time, the young women of noble families loved to wear beautiful pearl necklace. The brave knights used to wear them in the battles for good luck. So this is the text. I think you could understand the text. So if you require to read again, so I can read it again. So I'm going to read it again, then if you can understand the text very nicely. Now I will go just very swiftly. Thousands of years ago, the first pearls was probably discovered while human beings were searching for food at the seashore. Throughout history, the pearl with its shine has been one of the most highly valuable gems. Pearls have been mentioned many times in religious texts and mythologies from the earliest times. The ancient Egyptians valued pearls so much that they were buried with them. It is said that the famous queen of Egypt, Cleopatra, would dissolve a pearl in a glass and drink it as a sign of love and respect for the interior nation. The Greeks thought of pearls as a sign of wealth and social position. The beauty of pearls was associated with love and marriage. In ancient Rome, pearls were considered the greatest sign of wealth and social status. At that time, the young women of noble families loved to wear beautiful pearls necklace. The brave knights used to wear them in the battle for good luck. So now we are going to answer the questions. So see the questions. The first question is, do you think pearls were discovered by ancient? Why? Dear student, you have to answer this question from the text. So where we will get it? Just see the text, the first para. I think if you read this para very nicely, then you can answer these things. Thousands of years ago, the first pearls was probably discovered while human beings were searching for food at the seashore. Throughout history, the pearl with its shine has been one of the most highly valuable gems. See here, the question was, do you think pearls were discovered by ancient? So, of course, it is yes. Why? So, you have to write it from this text from your own. I have written one for yourself. Just see. Yes, I think so. In ancient time, people would search food by the seashore. Probably they found pearl then. They did not know pearls to be so valuable things. In course of time, pearls became valuable. So the people of ancient, they didn't think that pearls will be a valuable gems, but in course of time, it became valuable. So I think you can write it from your own. So go to the next question. Why do you think pearls were valuable so much in the past? Dear student, so from the text, just I have written here, just see. Pearls have been mentioned many times in religious texts and mythologies from the earliest time. The Greeks thought of pearls as a sign of wealth and social position. In ancient Rome, pearls were considered the greatest sign of wealth and social position. Dear student, you will get these things just second para and third para. See? So the ancient Egyptians valued pearls so much that they were buried with them. It is said the famous queen of Egypt, Cleopatra, would dissolve a pearls in a glass and drink it as a sign of love and respect for the entire nation. So you have to write it from your from your own language, but I have given an answer for your better understanding. The next one, what good luck the knights thought would pearls bring them? You will get the answer, the last line of the text. The brave knights used to wear them in the battle for good luck. See, the answer is, you can write the answer from that line. So I have written one, see here. The knights thought that the pearls would bring good luck in the battle. That is why the knights used to wear pearls, so that they might win in the battlefield. So dear student, I think you could understand the questions, and you can write these questions from your own language, from yourself, by your own language. So now we are going to the next session. See here, section C. Read the text in B again and write the information in the table. That's when you have to go through the text again, and then you have to fill up the last portion of this table. That's mean when and where. The ancient Egyptian, that's mean there is some groups or peoples, they wear pearls when and where. They are the ancient peoples. See here, the ancient Egyptian. So we have to go to the text again. See here, the ancient Egyptian valued pearls so much that they were buried with them. That's mean the ancient Egyptians wore pearls when they were buried. The very easy. You have to write from this para the answer of this first gap. Then second, the Greeks wore pearls. When the Greeks wore pearls. So dear student, go to the text again. See here, the Greeks thought of pearls as a sign of wealth and social position. The beauty of pearls was associated with love and marriage. That's mean they wear pearls at the marriage ceremony. That's mean when the marriage ceremony is going on, they use pearls or wear pearls. Then the third one, the ancient Romans. So again go the text. The ancient Roman pearls were considered the greatest sign of wealth and social status. So you have to write this sentence. You have to make this sentence easy, and then you have to write it by your own language. Just see here, I have given one. The ancient Roman wore pearls in their necks. That means they wear it as a ornament. Okay. So the next one, the brave knights. The last line of the passage, already you answered these things in the last question. The brave knights wore pearls in the battles. So dear students, just see here from the text, we have given a lots of information from this text, and everything is depend on pearls. So now go to the next. Now I think you could understand the text and you could answer all these things. Dear student, already we have completed section C, and I think that you could understand that how you will write these things. You have to collect the information from the text, and then you have to fill up the gaps. So now come to the, I think we have completed our this lesson. So let's back to the learning outcomes. See here, at the beginning of the lesson, I told you that today we will do these things. So let's check we have completed our works or not. First one, by the end of the lesson, we will be able to use new vocabs. I think already we have done these things. Then read and understand the text. Yes, section B, we have gone through this text twice, and I think that you could understand the text. Then ask and answer questions. Already we have done it. And then last one, write short paragraph. Yes, dear student, our last portion is yet not completed. So when we will go homework, then you will see these things. So let's go the end again. See here up to that. Now see here, I have given you a homework. Just the homework is write 10 sentences on pearls answering the following questions. So you have to write 10 sentences. And for that, I have given you a guideline. That's when I have given you 4 questions. When and how were pearls discovered? You have to write down these things from your text, or you can write it from your own. Then why is it a valuable gems? Why? Why it is valuable? You have to write it. You can write it from your own, or you can write it from the text also. What are the utility of pearls? So utility means what is the usefulness, or why we use these things, where it used. You can write it from your own or from the text. Where do you get pearls? So you can take it from text, or you can write it from your own. So dear student, I think you could understand the text or this lesson very nicely. So next time, in next session, we will meet again. But before that, I would like to say something that, dear student, if you want to enjoy this class again, so you can visit Facebook page or YouTube channel, Amar Ghore, Amar School. If you want to make any comment, you can write your comment on same Facebook page, Amar Ghore, Amar School. Or if you want to write any, if you want to give any decision or opinion, then you can write these things on you can mail us. The mail address is on the screen, so you can see that. So, my dear student, follow the health rules, follow the government's order, stay home and read attentively. Thank you.